Hello, and welcome back to the Heinz Report, Case Files Edition. We are going back through the Jonathan Majors case for those that don't know, and yeah, we are right back for another episode of the Heinz Report. And we're gonna go into the recap very soon. But for those that are new to the channel, welcome to the channel. Once again, we cover legal cases on here, deep dives as well. We've covered cases such as the Megan Tory trial, as well as the other cases that we covered is Depp v. Heard as well, but that was done in the docu-series format. You can find all of that on the channel. Just check out the videos page, and you can also check out the live streams that we do. We cover, again, we cover a lot of cases and social issues. And for today, we are looking back into the Jonathan Majors trial, basically fact checking the fact checkers that were supposed to be the media in this case, and seeing how their reporting has lined up over the entire life of the trial. Because to be quite fair, I don't think they have been covering this case in its fairest light. So that's what we're here to do. We are just here to basically get all the facts together, see where I went wrong, and see where the media went wrong in our reporting. I will take this opportunity, speaking of wrongs and etc., I will take this opportunity to say that I did make an error because I misread I think it was pointed out in the comment section 2 days ago, and I had to go back and check again my messages. But I misread a message from Danny when she was reporting on the 6th. I think it was on the 6th or the 7th. No, sorry, on the 8th, I think. And I think it was on this on the 8th or the 6th. Either one. I made an error there, and it was pointed out, and it was in regards to the testimony of Grace Jabbari, where I said that she had testified that Jonathan has never been physically abusive. That was a misread, and I just wanted to correct that because I was asked where in the transcript that was, and I had a quick scan. I searched for the word physical or anything like that. I couldn't find it. We may find it in the code read, but I couldn't find it when I was quickly just scanning through it. So I just want to put it out there, like, that was a bit of a misinformation, because what Danny was trying to relay to me was that she never actually made any testimony that he was physically abusive, and I misread that to be her testifying that Jonathan was never physically abusive. So I just thought I put it out there so that and the person that was in the comments that prompted that question, I explained it there. But I'm glad, in my honest opinion, that I was, when people put things out like this and challenge me, because I'm trying to make sure that whatever comes out of this channel is not fake news. I'm already at a deficit because, again, I'm a YouTuber. People don't really respect us too much. They don't look at us. So it's going to be a massive job trying to keep everything 100%, but I'm really doing my best. And it's probably best that I see these errors happen now, so that when it's later on in the future, it's likely not going to happen. So I just wanted to put that out there and just say, look, that was misinformation on my part, and moving forward, I would definitely 100% do my best to make sure that everything is concise and everything is accurate. But I welcome everyone that's tuning in right now. We're not ending, the stream is just starting. I'm gonna go into the chat. Thank you so much, Zigazelle. Welcome to the chat. Big ups, Dr. Family. You are family. Big you up. I go by the name of Heinz. I'll be your host for today. I also go by the name of Ketchup Man as well. But that's more news on that to come. Again, no, you're not late. You're not late. I'm not ending. We're literally, like, for those that don't know, we used to start at 9. That's actually true, but I've changed the time so that we can start at 10 o'clock. So that more people can join, because I realized more people came in way at the end of the stream in the previous episode. So I want to really put a stop to that. So yeah, I appreciate every single one of you for being here. And I appreciate. Yeah, so make sure that you hit that like button, hit that uh of course, hit that share button. Let your friends know about this stream, because we stream every day until we finish this transcript reading, except for the weekends. We don't do Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but we do Monday to Thursday. Yeah, covering this case, and reading through these transcripts. The case files the way it was intended to be read. So yeah, I appreciate every single one of you that are tuned in right now and checking that out. Make sure that you hit the like button so that the algorithm can fall in love with us. Because it's can be very difficult. Blue Queen TV, welcome back. I thank you so much for tuning in. Hi to you. Hello, again, hello Zigazel. Hello Jamia. Solomon was trying to catch up on you last, but on I'll watch it after get me through work. Oh, I appreciate you for joining. Yeah, so on the last episode, I'm gonna do a quick recap. Because the last time that we were here, sorry about this. 1 second. Oh, just trying to charge my phone. Oops. Right. So the last time that we were here, sorry about that. I just charged my phone. The last time that we were here, we went through the Grace Jabbari's transcript reading, and we established that that Grace didn't really she tried to keep up with her with Jonathan, of course, and also try to keep up with her testimony, because she was testifying that she didn't really know where the injuries stand. She didn't really know where the injuries came from. This was on the last read. Because we're now going on to the 7th, but I'll quickly go back onto the 6th. She didn't really know where her injuries came from. She tried to, of course, pin them on Jonathan, but she doesn't actually have a recollection of these injuries happening at the car. She says that she was in excruciating pain, but she didn't scream out because she was tolerant of this pain, that's based on what she was going through. So it's a bit of a mixed bag, if I do say so myself. Um, so um, so she also minimized the fact that she was running after Jonathan. I'm just gonna quickly go here. So here she basically said, um so and then Miss May just runs up the sidewalk, and you chased him, correct? I follow him, yes. You did chase him, correct? I don't know if I'll use that word, but I followed him, yes. Were you running? I was running, yes. So after all of that, things like this is what she basically does. Basically just minimize everything that she does, and she has to be realigned to the point, because you're looking at the CCTV of her running. So so this is all everything to do with last time. I'm not gonna go through all of this because we're just recapping right now. But she does testify to ripping his shirt, which is basically here, and she testified that Jonathan had pushed her as he was leaving the car, but again, it doesn't make sense if you're pushing him as you're leaving the car, as you're testifying to right now. If you're the one, if he's the one to push you, then why would he just push you? Like it would make sense for it to be a reflex, like based on the fact that she testified to wanting to see the phone. It would make sense why it will be a reflex to push you, because you're going for, again, his property. So of course, that has to be considered. And she was shown photos. Most important part about all of this is the fact that she was shown photos of the fingernails. One of it was dirty, one of it was clean. And this was a massive point of note, because it was when the police, when they were there, I believe that it was dirty, but when she was sending it to Ollie Blakey, etc., it was actually clean. So these were points to note, because it would suggest that she had actually cleaned her fingers before the police were there, because it was the photos to Holly Blakey. I'm just gonna quickly go through right now. I'm just gonna quickly go to it just to jog your memory. She sent this to Holly Blakey. As you can see, her fingernails were clean, and also this was the police. Her fingernails were also clean, but in one of the photos, it was dirty, which I can't flip it. Neck. I don't think I put it up. 1 second. Let me try and find that photo for you. Yeah, this was the photo to. 1 second. I think this is it. Yeah, this is the photo. So you can see there, clean, clean, clean. But I'm trying to find it. Where is it? Yes, this is the one. Okay, got it here. But on this one, when the police were there, I'm not sure if you can see it. It's dirty. I'm not sure if you can see it here. The fingernails are not really, they're dirty. So that was what the defense was bringing out in regards to Grace Jabbari. And the most important detail in all of this is the fact that the top of her finger, which again, I think is quite crucial, but the top of the finger here, which let me just quickly show it over. Stop sharing. 1 second. Yep, let me share this one. Sharing this window. Yeah, you see this top of the finger? That couldn't have been caused by Jonathan, because that suggests that is more indicative, at least to me, of a scrape off a wall or something like that. That's what I think, like, to me, because I don't think any human can cause your nail to be like that, like not even by a scratch, because obviously you see a scratch leading up to. It's not like that. Seems to me that is something that you sustain by going through the wall. So I'm just gonna go back to the chat quickly. That was the recap done, and we're gonna go into the 7th of December reading. But before I do that, let me just quickly read the chat. High Priestess, I believe you're a new face. Welcome to the Dr. Heinz channel. You deserve. Thank you so much. I'm gonna play that sound whenever someone is new. But yeah, welcome, High Priestess. She knows where her injuries come from. It feels like pressure to forget and minimize. Yes, of course. I do think she knows that he's not responsible for this, but she's trying to ascribe it to him. Actually, you know what? I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. She may, when you are like, when you've been in like a scrap and you've been through so much, it's like a whirlwind in your head. So even though you cannot put your finger on it, while you're trying to remember, you may think it's definitely caused from this or from that. So maybe she's thinking that it's Jonathan that caused it, and she can't remember because, again, she was drunk. She can't even remember. She can't even remember like some of the details of the night. She can't even she can't I forgot what she can't remember, so I don't want to misquote, but she doesn't remember much from the night. So when you have alcohol in your system and things like that, it can mess with you with a memory. But I do think because of all of what happened the night before, it would make sense why she would believe strongly that it could likely happen when they were scrapping. I do think that's possible. The fact that she was shown the video of her running to the, which I believe we're gonna get to here on the 7th, because we didn't get it on the 6th, which was the reading that we've been going through. We didn't get it there, so we might most likely get it on the 7th. So I want to see her reaction to that, whether she would be like, oh, I don't know now, you know what I mean. Zigazel says, Zigazel Kozart says, welcome back, by the way. Happy to see you here. She says she knows how she got those injuries in the closet, laid out naked out with just her panties on. She know how she got the injuries. She knows she set him up from the beginning of the relationship when she secretly recorded Clarissa Scott King conversing without him, knowing how she used it later when he dumped her. That's likely. Again, there is a lot of credence that can be lent to that, to that argument, because it does seem to me that it's like that, because and the reason why I say that is because she doesn't document the blood in the bed. She doesn't document most of these things, and she has presented herself to be someone that does document these things. So when I look at things like that, and the fact that she doesn't document some things, it does seem like she did that so that she can share it around her group, her circle. That's what I personally think. If I was to give her the benefit of the doubt, the high priestess says, having been in that position, I know when I got injured, you tend not to forget one bit. Maybe I'm biased. Alcohol can make you forget. I do think her drinking alcohol has affected her memory. I do know what you mean, though, because I have been, not in the sense of physical altercation, but I do remember, when there was threats of physical altercation, I don't forget that. When there was an actual, threat of something, of violence happening or something like that, the events around it doesn't, it's etching to my mind. I can't forget it. But some people are different. I do think if I was to get drunk that night, I probably would forget it. But she was drunk that night. She was vomiting, which is a big massive sign of intoxication. So yeah. Anyway, we're gonna go right into the transcript read, and we have here the testimony of of Grace Jabbari on the 7th of December. Let's go. Oh, before I do that, I always forget to do this. You see these emojis on your screen right now that I'm posting? You can get that by you can get that by becoming a member of the channel for as little as 99 pence. You get perks for as little as 99 pence. If you're a member at any level, you get to have perks such as see content before it it, it, it launches, and you get to use custom made images, etc. There'll be more as we get more and more members. I will release more and more images. You also get the ketchup bottle next to you as a as an icon to show that you are a member. You also get to use the ketchup bottle as well. It's really fun to be on the Heinz Condiment Island, but to gain entry to the Heinz Hall, which is the next tier, which means that you get to see bonus content that I don't put onto YouTube, but I put onto other platforms. That's what you get on the next tier, which is $4.99 in pounds, but in dollars it should be $5.99 in dollars, or something equivalent to that. So consider becoming a member and support the channel. It will really help us grow. But most importantly, like this video. Please like this video. Please share this video. It will really help with the YouTube algorithm to really be our best friends. So we're gonna go right back into the transcript read and continue on. So he says, Ms. Jabbari, just be advised you're still on the oath. Yes, thank you. Good morning, Ms. Jabbari. Can you see me okay? I can see. I can, yes. Did Ms. Majors assist you with getting your work visa so you could work in the United States? He put me in contact with his manager who helped me. Yes. Ms. Jabbari, I just want to make sure we are clear about when I ask you the next questions, what part of the night we are talking about. So just so we can all remember, you and Mr. Majors were in a car driving back from Brooklyn when you saw the text message on his phone. Is that right? That's correct. And then can we call that sort of car one? Yes. Okay. And you and Mr. Majors got out of the car, and then you run up the street, and then after meeting the people, you got back in the car. Is that right? Yes. And I'm really happy. We're gonna sidebar soon, but continuing. And can we call that car two? Yes. Okay. And then after car two, there is where we are talking about yesterday, where where you said Mr. Majors went to the back and then you grabbed his shirt or jacket. Is that right? I believe that was car two. Yes. And then after that, you got out of the car again and you got back in the car with Mr. Majors a third time. Is that right? I believe so. Yes. And can we call that car free? We can. Thank you. So we're on the same page. We just want to make sure it's one of the car, but three separate entrances into the car. Yes, yes. Would Your Honor prefer I call it car scene one? No. I just want us all to be on the same page so that the witness knows exactly what we are speaking about and when and where. Okay, sidebar for a bit. That's very important, and I'm glad that Priya took us on that little bit of a, turnabout there. Took us on that little bit of a journey because I was confused on that on yesterday's stream, trying to because I thought car one happened off camera, off scene, but it didn't. So I'm really happy that she cleared it up. I hope that cleared up because car one was when he lifted her up into the vehicle, into the car again, and then they proceeded to run car two. Is when they met the people, etc. And then he got out again and was walking the other way. Then he came back, and then they got into a car again. Car free. And on this occasion, they got out of the car. She ripped the the jacket and the button, etc. And then he then proceeded to go to the hotel. So I just thought I just give that little bit of more groundwork. So back to the reading, back to the cross-examination, I should say. Okay. The whole night you and Mr. Majors were in the exact same car, right? I believe so. Same car we've seen the pictures of, right? I believe so, yes. Same driver, right? Yes. So I want to ask you about car one. This is after you saw the text message, right? Yes. Okay. At this point, you said Mr. Majors was sitting on the passenger side in the bucket seat, right? Yes. And you were in the bucket seat behind the driver. Is that right? Yes. Did Mr. Majors ever get out of the bucket seat in car one? Yes, I believe so. I wasn't looking at him, but I felt its weight on me. So I assumed that had to mean he got out of the seat. And did you ever get out of your seat? Not until the door was open to get out of the car. The door was opened by whom? Jonathan. So the entire time of car one, you remained in your bucket seat. Is that right? Yeah. Or on the edge of it to kind of talk to him, but always in the chair. So does that mean when you say always in the chair, that your behind was always touching the chair? Is that right? I believe so. Yes. And did you ever fall down in the car during car one? Just to make it a little clearer, fall down on the floor of the car? Yeah, that was the judge speaking to Priya Chaudhary. Priya goes back to the witness and says, in the floor of the car, while you were in the car, before you got out, before you opened the door? Yes. No. Did Mr. Majors ever fall down? I don't believe so. Were you wearing a coat in the car? I don't recall. Were you wearing your seatbelt? Yes, but I imagine I took it off. You imagine or you took it off. Which is it? The one point we had to get out of the car, my seatbelt was off. Do you recall taking your seatbelt off? I don't recall the exact moment I took it off. Mr. Majors was wearing his seatbelt also, right? I assume so. I don't know. You don't remember if he was wearing a seatbelt? You don't remember if he was wearing a seatbelt? I don't remember. But you distinctly remember wearing yours. I usually put the seatbelt on. As I said, I don't remember. To be honest, I can actually agree with her here because the UK you have to put in your seatbelt. Maybe this is my own personal experience, but even as a passenger, I've been coached to always put my seatbelt on. So that could be an automatic thing that she would that she remember her wearing hers, but not his. I don't know. I feel like she would know this one though. How did Mr. Majors open the car door? I don't know. Did you see him open the car door? I saw him open. I saw the door open, and then Mr. I see what she's doing. And then Mr. Majors asked the driver for any help during car one, just to stop the car. Those are the only words you heard him say. It's what I remember him saying. Do you remember him saying anything else? No. Did you ask the driver for any help during car one? No. You said Mr. Majors put his hands on your face during car one. Is that right? correct. Can you show us where? He was just kind of pushing at my whole body. So I think maybe pushing like this. It's hard to, yeah, just just how I just demonstrated. Do you want to just, yeah, Miss Jabari, if if you could do those one at a time, and I'll call out for the record the first gesture you did. So one second before I continue on, let me just quickly do something quickly. Okay, that is my Twitter. All right. So right, well, where was I? Where was I reading? Where was I? Okay, so it goes on to here. Basically, oh, hold on, 1 second. I think I lost the chat. 1 second. Okay, no, I got it. I got it back. Okay. Uh, where was I? Okay, flipping neck. I'm becoming a boomer here quickly. All right. Let the record let the record reflect that the witness has placed her open right hand on the right side of her face, going from the bottom of her chin to cover her eye. I'm pushing her head to the left. Are you to the left? Do the people agree with that? Yes. Okay. The second gesture, please, of my face. No, what you just did. He was just pushing my face and my body with hand and limbs. I wasn't really looking. I could tell, how it felt. And the second gesture you just did right now was your left hand to your chest around your collarbone. Is that right? Yes. And at the time, was Mr. Majors facing you or behind you? Facing me, yeah. So at the time, Mr. Majors was Mr. Majors, and you remained in your seat, right? Yeah. I think I was kind of on the edge of it, and he was pushing me away. And I was trying to then get his arms away from me, hitting him on his arm. I hope you guys see what prayer is doing, because this is masterful. Gonna sidebar soon. Just to make sure I understand, if we can, at this point, are you saying Mr. Majors got out of this bucket seat and faced your bucket seat? His body was facing me, and he was just pushing against me, and my body was facing him, and he was pushing against me. Was he still in the bucket seat when this happened? Objection asked and answered overruled. Yes, he was. Ms. Jabari, you were wearing makeup that night, right? A bit, yes. Were you wearing lipstick? I don't recall. Were there any scratches to your face after this incident? I would have to look at the photos. I didn't really look at myself. You've seen the photos from that night, right? Yes. And you said you didn't really look at yourself. You did take photos of yourself the next morning, right? Took a photo of my ear and my finger. I believe you justified that when you got home from the club, you went and examined yourself for other injuries, right? Objection, mischaracterization. Rephrase the question. You said when we testified. Go ahead, re-ask the question. Excuse me. I believe you testified previously. Okay, I see what you mean. Okay. Excuse me. I believe you testified previously that when you returned to the apartment, you had the opportunity to look at other bruises and injuries to your body. Is that right? I don't recall saying that. Yeah. Did you look in the mirror when you? I think what I said was I took my makeup off before going to bed. Were you looking in the mirror to do that? I was, as I said, really severely overwhelmed. A lot of pain. I just wanted to go to bed, so I didn't sit and stare at myself in the mirror. Were you in the bed in the bathroom when you took the makeup off? Yes. That bathroom has multiple mirrors, right? Correct? Yes. Did you use the mirror to remove your makeup? I think I just washed my face, and yeah. How did you remove your makeup? With a makeup remover? Can you explain to us what that is? Like a relevance? I think we know what makeup remover is. Do you want to ask her how she removed her makeup? Not all of us, but Ms. Jabari, can you explain to us what sort of makeup remover you were using? Just like face wash, is it a face wash or a makeup remover? A face wash removes makeup. You're a woman. Even I know the difference. But sure, it does. A cleanser can remove makeup. Yes, she's not wrong either. And how did you remove your makeup with this face wash? Again, she calls it a face wash. I call it cleanser. Both can do the job, but I do. I mean, let me know. I don't wear makeup, so I wouldn't know this part. Let me know. Moving on, like put put on my face and put it on a flannel or something and washed it off. You're saying probably. Do you recall? I recall doing it. I couldn't tell you step by step for step. I grabbed the flannel, And did you check in the mirror to make sure all the makeup was removed? I don't wear a lot of makeup, so it's quite easy for me to know. I got it all. I got it all off. I don't. If I don't see mascara under my eyes, I'm like, okay, I'm good to go. You would see mascara in the mirror, correct? I would, yes. You also said that in car one, Mr. Majors put his hands on your chest. Is that right? At points, yes. Can you show us the gesture again? Where on your chest, just like around? Just for the record, the witness has touched the right side of her chest with her left hand between the collarbone and her armpit. Was that right? Where was it before? Just 1 second, just going back up here quickly. Where was it before? Like chat quickly, let me know. Okay, right here. Okay. It says here, let the record reflect that the record. So this is what she was gesturing the first time, describing this. She says, open right hand, place let the record reflect that the witness placed her open right hand at the right side of her face, going from the bottom of her chin to the left of her eye. So that's what he did, pushing her head to the left. So that's what she was gesturing the first time. So now, let me just try and find it. I should have really said the page number. It would have saved me a lot of time. Okay. So just for the record, the witness has touched the right side of her chest with her left hand between the collarbone and her armpit. So he pushed her here. That's what she's saying. And pushed her here. Right. Okay. I guess that can happen. I don't know how you can do both movements at the same time, but anything is possible in Gracie's world. Next gesture, please. That was the gesture. So it was the only time he touched your chest. No, it was a few times. He touched my neck, my head, my chest, just anything to keep me physically with his strength. Let the record reflect the witness made a gesture towards her throat with an open hand on another gesture to her chest with a sternum. Is that right, Your Honor? People objection to that? No, I believe that's correct. Notice, and I'm surprised, if I was after doing this, I would have just asked Ms. Jabbari, so he didn't push you on your face like you testified the first time? I would have just said that. But that's a benefit of hindsight for you. I'm just gonna sidebar real quick here. So in all of that, what I really wanted to say from all of that was when we read through this, I mean, you would know your makeup. I'm just gonna say it. You would 100% know your makeup, and also the fact that she was also saying that the fact that Majors was concerned enough to say stop the car, it sounds like they made the car stop. He just got out of the car. She was attacking him. She was attacking her. Sorry. She was attacking him, and then he was pushing her off. That's what it seems like to me. It doesn't come across to me as if Majors was doing all this. I think it was an easy grab for the phone back from Majors, not her, because I think that was a projection from Grace. Because again, we've seen a preponderance of evidence to show that she minimizes actions. So when Major said in his ABC interview that he grabbed it back, I believe it was that easy. She grabbed it from him, he grabbed it back, and then it's either he grabbed it back or he never left his hand, like she was struggling to get it, and he just like literally just grabbed it like because he was showing like this, she could have struggled to get it. He grabbed it, and basically that's basically it. He proceeds to leave after grabbing the phone. That, I think that's actually a more true cause of events, because for all of this to make sense, the way she's representing, Majors wouldn't need to tell the like, the only way it will make sense is he grabs, he apprehends our arm. As he was doing that, he tells the driver to stop the car. The driver the driver stops the car, and then she's pushing him off, which doesn't make sense, because again, if he's turned you and you're facing this, you're facing this way. If he's turned you facing that way, there is no way you're hitting him. It's not, because your hands are occupied. So the fact that she's saying I'm pushing him off, it sounds more like she's the one that's getting pushed off. I don't know. It makes more logical sense, because she's the one trying to grab for the phone. She has testified numerous times, I try to grab for the phone. I try to keep him in a car, try to find out what this message was saying, etc. He's the one trying to leave. That would make more sense than him, and this is recapping previous streams, part 8 and part 9. It's Eliza. Hey, welcome to the channel. You are most like a new face. Welcome. I hope you are well. This is implying that she used her hands to touch her face. Yes. She would have used the mirror to look at her face. It's natural to look at your face when you wash to get makeup off. Again, she's lying. I agree. Because, I mean, I don't know why you have to lie like this. Because the pictures don't show any injuries to your face anyway. Like, there's no picture that shows injuries to your face. The CCTV don't show injuries to your face. The close-up CCTV, no one testifies to seeing any injuries on your face. So why are you fighting so hard to say you didn't see your face? That makes no sense to me. Anyway. Welcome, Eliza. Thank you so much. Everyone that's Zigazel says she knew she would get away with it because she's a European woman from Britain. Come on, let's be honest. Let's keep it 100. She played the Karen card throughout this whole trial. I love Zigazel because she's she's adamant that Grace used whiteness. I don't disagree. I think she did play that. I don't think she fainted. I think that's a I don't know what condition she has that could have caused that. The only thing I can probably ascribe it to is probably maybe panic attack, and then you have that, and then you just go off. That's the only thing I can. Sorry. Oh, yeah. Sorry. That's the only thing I can actually ascribe it to. But I don't know what else to actually put my finger on to say she just faints. That's strange to me. Like, is she at this point realizing, oh, this is over? So, is that what's going on? Like, so the fainting never made sense to me. But yeah, make sure that you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that like button so that it can really help us with the algorithm. It really helps us grow. Make sure you hit that share button. And of course, it goes without saying, don't forget to subscribe, hit that subscribe button, wear it out, and also check out the other content that we have on our channel. It really helps. We've covered numerous cases on this channel, as well as live streams, and done numerous interviews. Also, they're all in a neat little playlist for you. Make sure you go check them out, and also you can go check out drheinz.info to see the sources that we have for all the deep dives that we do. You can get the court documents to the cases that we have covered here. It's really easy to get access on there. So once again, thank you so much for everyone that's tuned in. And yeah, for ad time is over. We're gonna go right back to catch up court and read and read the testimony of Grace Jabbari. So let's go. Let's continue. So he says, um, oh, okay. I think I went too far up. When I was summarizing all of that. So I think I went too far up. Okay, so we were here. Sorry, I'm gonna start making notes of pages because this is yeah, just to save time. Anyway, next gesture, please. That was the only gesture. Says no, it was a few times he touched my neck, etc. And this is where I noted she never mentioned that her face. Okay, so we continue now. It says, judge reprimands the court by saying, record will so indicate, ladies and gentlemen, we do this for the record, but you can see what's happening with your own eyes too. But legally, we have to put it on record what is being described because it needs to be done. Yep, for us, the public, so that we know what's going on in the courtroom as we are reading these transcripts from the court reporter. Thank you so much again, Katt, for procuring these transcripts. You can check out the description. It would have the link where you can go download this for yourself and go read it, and also the GoFundMe to help Katt, in the funding of getting these transcripts. So, once again, thank you so much, Katt. Go support her. She also has her own YouTube channel. It's called Good Take, Bad Take. You go check her out on there as well. I really do appreciate her, and for getting these transcripts out here. So he says, Priachadu says, Miss Jabbari, you said he was using his strength, right? Yes. And at that time, Mr. Majors, according to you, was 6'2". Is that right? Sorry, what did you say? You said Mr. Majors at the time was 6'2". I believe so. I believe that's his height. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. And you believed he was about twice your weight, which would have made him 240 pounds. Is that right? It was a guess. And at the time, you were in the car. Were you just were you were let me start again. Sorry, guys. And at the time you were in the car. And at the time you were in the car, where you just described Mr. Majors, or was touching your body and your face and your throat, were you wearing the same blouse that you were wearing throughout the night? Correct? Yes. And that is a button-up blouse, correct? Yes. And you said that Mr. Majors was unhappy about the number of buttons you had undone on that blouse, right? Yes. First of all, were there any scratches to your chest from Mr. Majors touching your chest area? I don't believe so. Again, I would have to look at the photos. Same as I said before, I wasn't focused on it. Did you feel scratch? No, I felt pressure and pain. You felt pressure and pain? Yeah, yeah. Did you take any photos of any scratches to your chest? I did not. Did any of the buttons of in your blouse rip? They did not. This is a big 240 pounds man, by the way, by her estimations or guess, as she put it. They did not to my knowledge anyway. Which hands was Mr. Majors using to push you during this portion? I don't know. Both. I know his arm was firmly out, and he was just pushing me, and I was trying to get him off me. So both arms. Right. So he went from him using his right hand to do all this pushing to now both arms. All right. Yeah, I completely buy that story. I like, so credible. You can't get any more credible than this. Anyway, okay. He was using both arms, so open hands. Is that right? I believe so. Yes. And at the time, who had his phone? He did. Was it in his hand when he was pushing you? Not when he was pushing me, no. So by this time, Majors had his phone back. Is that your testimony? Yes. Okay, but he was trying to keep you away from pushing. So okay, but he was trying to keep you away by pushing you. Is that what you're saying? Yes. What were you doing when he was trying to keep you away? This is a very important question. Let's see how she answers. Trying to ask him about the phone, trying to please. Give me the phone. give me the phone. Please give me the phone, please. How are you doing these things? How are you doing these things? Oh my God. And it's your testimony that in response to your asking him about the phone, he was pushing you with a lot of force. Is that right? Yes. But he already had his phone. He had his phone. And at this point, according to you, Mr. Majors had gotten out of or was in the bucket seat. Is that right? Sorry, will you repeat that? Was he sitting in the bucket seat while this was happening? Yes, yes. This is impossible to happen. Okay, but let's go on. Let's go along with Gracie. Was it before this or after this that you claim Mr. Majors twisted your arm behind your back? He twisted my arm behind. He twisted my arm behind my back before this. Before this? Yes. Okay. And where was Mr. Majors at the time he twisted your arm behind your back? Was he in the bucket seat or he had gotten out of the bucket seat? I don't know. I was looking away from him. So it could have been in the bucket seat. Is that right? Yes. And Miss Jabbari, when you claim that Mr. Majors was twisting your arm behind your back, what part of your body was he touching to do that? Sorry, can you say that again? Yeah. What part of you was he holding or touching in order to twist your arm behind your back? He was holding my arm. Where on your arm? Again, my face was away from him. It felt like there was some pressure holding me like this way. I was hiding like this. As I said before, I just knew not to fight back. Do not fight back. And he was twisting, and I don't know what he was going to do. I would be guessing. I wasn't looking. But you could feel him on you, right? I could, yeah. And where was he touching you? On my arm. Where on your arm? Like my hands. Just for a second, let the record reflect. The first gesture was to Ms. Jabbari's upper arm in the back. Is that your right arm? My right arm, yes. My next gesture, okay, so this is consistent. I will give her this. Right, I'm seeing a theme of right hand. So that means Mr. Majors would likely be left-handed. He used his left hand. In the interview. I need to go back. You know what? Let me quickly go into that interview. Actually, 1 second, guys. I'm just gonna go to see what gesture Mr. Majors actually done in his ABC interview when he was swiping his face. I need to look at that. I need to look at that. 1 second. I need to see it. Sorry. Let me. I think he said face when he did this. Nope, that's not it. Okay, so he's sitting facing me. So if he's facing right, left. So this is his left arm. Let's see. Wait, he just flipping it. Just lost way. Wait. He would. I mean, yeah, you would get slapped if you were cheating, and she's very jealous. So I believe this account. Slap. I think that's right to left. If I was on him, okay, so that means flip. That means Grace used her her left arm or right arm. I don't know. I'm really bad at this, but I'm looking for the gesture. Oh, flip neck. Where's that gesture? Where is that gesture? No, I can't find the gesture. I can't find the gesture. Unfortunately, guys, I can't because he made a gesture to his arm. I just want to see if that was the dominant hand. If you guys know what's his dominant hand, you guys might know. I probably should have asked you that to begin with, to be honest. But if you guys do know his dominant hand, let me know. But but yeah, uh let me see. Okay, his dominant hand must be the right hand then. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to. Yeah, if you guys know his dominant hand, it'll be helpful because I'm trying to see what hand he was actually like, because if he was using his dominant hand, it will be congruent her with her saying right hand, right hand, right hand. Then that obviously his dominant hand would be left hand, left hand, left hand. So anyway, that's why I was good. That's why I went on that little sidebar, but or that little tangent for a bit. And on my hands and fingers, things like that. Those are my right hand, your whole right hand, my right hand. Was he applying a lot of pressure to your whole right hand? Yeah. Did it hurt? It really did. Yeah. He twisted. He twisted you holding what part of your body? My arm. When you say arm, your upper arm or your lower arm, your wrists, your hand, which part of your arm? The place I just pointed at. So hold on, Judge. Let the record reflect. She did point to two parts of her body. Do that again, like this lower part, then the upper part again. I wasn't looking. I could just tell you where I felt. Do you want to put that on the record? I'm having a hard seeing the winner. So you saw, you gestured to the upper portion of your right arm, then your forearm on your right side. Is that is that right? Yeah, and my hand, yes. And when Mr. Majors was grabbing your upper right arm, was he using a lot of force? Yes. And did it hurt? Yes. And your forearm, when he was grabbing your forearm, was he using a lot of force? It felt that way, yes. And did that hurt? Yes. And at that moment, that your arm was twisted behind your back. Where was Mr. Majors touching your arm? The the point I the point I previously pointed at, shall I do it again? Was he holding your arm in different positions when he was twisting your arm behind your back? As I said, that's what I felt. Yes, like yes. So it felt like you. So it felt to you like Mr. Majors first twisted your arm by holding your upper arm. Is that right? Yeah. And it also felt to you he was twisting your arm by holding your lower arm. Is that right? Yeah, I felt pressure in both these places, my hand and my fingers. At the same time, in conjunction with each other. Did you feel his hand move down your arm? Is that what you're saying? I don't know whether he was using one or two hands. I wasn't looking. So, Mr. Majors, Mr. Majors, did you ever feel two hands on you? As I said, I don't know. I wasn't looking. I was experiencing the pain and just trying to stay still as possible. Okay. At any point, was he holding your hand to twist your arm? Excuse me. Can you repeat that? Could you read the last question back? You can read the question again. It's in front of you. Just ask the question. Was he holding your hand? Was he holding your hand when he twisted your arm behind your back? In the motion of it being twisted, at points my hand was in a lot of pain. So I would I had seen he was using a hand, whether it was one or two, to manipulate my fingers. So at some point, Mr. Majors was using one or two hands to hold your right hand and twisted it behind your back. Is that right? I believe so, yes. But your phone, according to you, at this time was in your left hand. Is that right? Yes, yes. And this is the pain that you described as excruciating, correct? Yes, one of the times. Was it excruciating in your shoulder? It hurt in my shoulder, my hands. It just hurt. It was a quick motion. Is that right? No, it felt quite sustained. It felt like he was trying to make me react. He was trying to make me feel pain. And did you feel it in your rotator cuff? Objection. That's overruled. Is that my shoulder? Do you know what your rotator cuff is? I don't know. You're a dancer. You would know that. No, you would know that. Can you just point to us on your where you're wearing your shoulder pads? But could you? It's right here. Like, come on. If you would go to a gym to keep fit. Like, how do you not know your rotator cuff? Anyway, but could you put could you point to us where in your shoulder you felt the pain? Yes, like around here. Let the record reflect that witness is pointing to the front of our shoulder on the right side. Thank you. All of this involves my right arm. Okay, thanks. And where else? That was it. Was it towards the front of your shoulder that you were feeling that? This case should not have gone to court. Yeah, it felt like, oh yeah. From that point, did your shoulder continue to hurt? At that point, I had a lot of adrenaline running through my body. In those moments of pain, I wasn't aware of them. I wasn't focusing on them. So that's my answer. After you got out of the car, you testified previously that the pain started to getting worse. Is that right? I said I think the same thing. Just I was full of adrenaline, so I was aware my body was going to hurt. My fucking god. Sorry guys, I was very wow. But I was running on my on more of my heart, my emotional place than then. Maybe this is why Jonathan said I was reckless with a heart. Maybe that's why. At some point, did the adrenaline wear off? Yes. The next morning was when it really sunk in. So your adrenaline went from 12:40 until the next morning. Yeah, different elements of kind of shock. I don't know the exact answer to that. But so when you say the next morning, until what time was your adrenaline going? I would say when I got into the apartment that night, I felt quite heavy and tired. I felt the pain, but when I woke up after having like 2 or 3 hours of sleep, that's when I felt I've been hit like a bus, like really severe pain throughout my body. Now we sidebar here for a second. Sidebar for a second. This point, this point where she said I felt like a bus I felt like I've been hit by a bus, like severe pain. I know in the direct testimony that um she made this reference, but this was printed again. I kid you not. Out of everything that we read from that entire cross exam, etc., this was printed again. It's insane. Let me show you. Hit like a bus. Google. Um, hit like a bus. Grace Jabbari. It should be on the 7th of March. Yep. On the 8th of March, it was 7th of March, 7th of December. I remember reading this. Felt like I've been hit by a bus. Out of this was the article right here. Rebecca Rubin wrote it, right? Out of all that, when I woke up with sunken, I felt like I hit by a bus. In a testimony, described Lucy's where she went to the venue, etc. I was upset about cheating, blah 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 blah. All of those things. That's all that was reported. This is all that was reported. The jury was shown initially having conversed. Jabbari question fluffing her head, describing her laceration. When Chaudhry asked if motion was, I wasn't thinking of pain at this point. This case was about end of relationship, not about a crime. Say no, but that's it. That's all that was reported. We went through a lot of detail that should have been reported in here. The twisting of the arm, all of those things. The fact that it's not in here either suggests two things. The court report was not there present for that moment. They forgot to write that down, which I find absurd. They wouldn't forget to write this down, or it just plain didn't make sense to them. That's what I'm thinking here. Going back to the chat room. Hey, Winter, welcome back. Playback. Oh, good God, I need to start watching that channel. Welcome back, Winter. I hope you're doing well. She didn't feel pain because of adrenaline, but she knew where her body was gonna hurt. I don't know, man. To be honest, I'm trying to be fair, but if you're looking back in hindsight, this is not helping you come across credible. I don't know. But anyway, team US strong. Why place yourself in that position? History has prepared itself since Emmett Till. Team US strong. You seem new to the channel. I appreciate you for joining. We do legal cases on here. We cover cases like this all the time. So welcome. And thank you so much for your chat. I believe you're talking about Majors dating Grace Jabbari. I mean, to be quite fair, I'll weigh in on this because it's been a theme in my streams that I've done in regards to this case, that people are saying that dating the white girl, this is what happens. Honestly, anyone can do this to you. I'm just gonna be real. Anyone can do this to you. I've literally seen a TikTok video of a black girl. Literally, the guy was recording her as she was making the false accusation. I'm not sure how many people have seen it, but he was recording her and she was lying through her teeth. The guy had it on camera, and this girl was like, "Oh, send help! I'm really this is happening. This is that." Anyone can do this to you. I don't think it's race contingent. And honestly, I feel like when you do date interracially, you're gonna have these problems in terms of feeling falsely accused, or even the white girl, like let's say she's even in an abusive situation, it might be harder for her to even leave because of these stereotypes. I'm just being 100. Like, it's not, in my opinion, it's not really helping anyone to have this go on. People are gonna date who they date. You know, it is what it is. Like, false accusation doesn't just land on one race or the other. Like, my ex falsely accused, and she was black. It doesn't matter. Like, it does not discriminate. There are bad people in the world, and they will utilize whatever is available against you. So that's all I wanted to say in regards to that narrative. Just to offer my 2 cents. Like, in all fairness, like, yeah, like, and false accusations happens, and I do understand. I really do understand. Like, there was a real history of this actually happening en masse. It wasn't even a joke. It was literally, you look in my direction, oh my gosh, he assaulted me. Like, what we're going through now, but you used to get lynched for it. So I'm not saying let's be ignorant to that because we're now in it. No, like, I get the trauma. I'm just saying, ease up a little bit. I don't know how else to deliver it. I'm not the best at passing these things through, but I just feel like that has to be said. Like, the history is there, and I can see why people will be triggered for this particular case. But I just want to say, look, thinking that this is exclusive to white people will not make you condescending when it comes to you moving to another, because it could happen in any other race, and because you think it's just white people, you can't pick up the signs. You're blinded. So I'm saying all of that to say it's better for you to look at the signs than the actual race of the person. If you, depending on who you date, just look at the signs of the likelihood of this person doing it if you're worried about it. That's just my 2 cents on this situation anyway. And that's my adrenaline is temporary, doesn't last for hours. Yes. It's Eliza, you are 100% correct, because that's what the defense lawyer testified to. She basically said if you were to have adrenaline for that long, you'd be dead because your heart would give out, which is, anyone knows this. Adrenaline lasts for minutes. seconds even. It doesn't last that long. But for her to say that what she was saying, I'm done with it, man. Winter, I'm glad to know that you're well. All I'm getting from this is that she kept attacking him for that phone, and he kept pushing her away, trying to escape. But her story is all over the place. I agree, and I think Jonathan's account of her slapping her in the face and all that, I think that's accurate. I think that was what was going on. But like I said, she minimizes her actions. She doesn't want to come across as the aggressor. Maybe it's a defense thing. Sorry, it's a prosecution kind of advice. Don't admit to these things, because if you admit to slapping him, doing all those things, it would open the door for them to bring in this evidence of his injuries, all those things. I don't know. Maybe that's what's making her sidestep all of this. I have no idea. So anyway, if you're liking this stream, please hit that like button. It will really help us with the algorithm. Hit the like button, please. Hit that, also hit that share button. Share it to Facebook, X, Instagram, wherever it is relevant. Make sure you share it. Let everyone know. Let your grandma know. Let Bigfoot know. And of course, goes without saying, hit the subscribe button and subscribe for the content that we have. And do not forget also, I just want to say, do not forget also to check out, we have these images for members of the channel. Do not forget to sign up to become a member and get access to images such as custom made images, custom made GIFs, members only live stream that is available to all members, exclusive. Don't forget to also sign up for it's as little as 99 pence. All the members at any tier gets to have early access to the content that we offer. But if you are a second tier member, which is going into the Heinz Hall, from the Heinz Condiment Island, you get to have exclusive content that I talk about the culture at large, as well as movie takes, etc., that I do on other platforms. You get to have it on YouTube, and you get to have those takes here, because what we do on this channel is exclusively just legal cases and deep dives and true crime content. That's what we cover on here. Yeah, so if that's of interest to you, you can consider supporting the channel for as little as 99 pence every month. Yeah, what could go wrong? Anyway, yeah, back to the cross exam. And yeah, back to the cross exam, it says, so you were full of adrenaline at the club. I would say it was probably still an element of just, it was there. I was really upset about about the cheating, and that was really probably the main thing on my mind. Guys, we just read the article, right? They only put in upset about the cheating. They didn't say anything about adrenaline. Guys, so what they're telling us, at least people that was in the article, they heard all of that. Then they had actually heard this part of testimony. Most likely, they heard it, but they have a narrative to push out. So the adrenaline part. Let me go back to the article just to be sure. Let me just double check myself one more time. You know what? Let me just say time. Adrenaline. Okay, cool. Thank God. Okay. Fact check. Sorry, guys. Got that wrong. I was in pain. I chose to ignore it. I was filled with adrenaline. The next morning, I mean, I know I said that they didn't say it was adrenaline or insinuated, but this is worse. This is actually worse, because what they're basically saying here is this is without context. So people are reading this thinking she is running at this point and she was filled with adrenaline and she went home. So sorry. In context, filled with adrenaline. That was why people are thinking at this point. That was why she was chasing after him, because there's no mention of adrenaline again. I also said about cheating. It was on my mind again. Look at the framing of this. Their frame is as they went to the club And it says I was substantiating, it was in my mind. But guess what? We just read it. We literally just read it. So many tabs open. I'm sorry, guys. We literally just read it right here. It was about the adrenaline at the club. I was really so that was probably the main thing that was on my mind. There was nothing to do with drinking or anything like that. But the way that is written here is framed as if she did all of this because she was upset about but that's no. Oh gosh, like framing is everything. To be honest, I have an interview coming out with Megan Fox, who is an investigative journalist that broke this down beautifully. We talked about the Majors case on that interview. This is kind of an exclusive because you guys are here. We talked about the Majors case in that interview, which I'm going to release this week. But she basically broke this down about the framing and how these journalists work. She said this bruising caused swelling and excruciating pain from swollen finger that resulted in a swelling. She never said and cut behind it. Come on. This is bad because we just read the transcript. None of this was being said in that transcript. Okay. Right. She definitely didn't say that these injuries were definitely resulting in those things because we know that no one saw those injuries. It's only Chloe at the club that saw the finger. No one saw the ear. She didn't even know the ear. It wasn't even on the bed. There was. Let me go. You know what? Let me go into the. This is the 7th blood in the bed. You know what? Like a bus, Grace Jabbari, blood on bed. Let me go on that one. Okay, so this was the 6th of December. We read that, right? Okay. Bed. Nothing. You're joking. We read all through yesterday. They were asking our questions in regards to blood on the bed. This is BBC. This is like, thank heavens for Katt for bringing this out because there is no blood on the bed. But based on that reporting, you would think the blood is all there, is just not seen because it's behind her ear. But there'll be blood on the bed. She said there was blood. Officer Hansen. Let me find that picture now. Actually, while I'm doing this, let me find that picture because it's here somewhere. Damn it. Hansen. Flipping neck. I think no, I think Danny had it. Damn it! I should have just saved the picture. Why am I like this? I should just save the picture, but she sent it to me. Lucky enough, we don't speak on DMs too often. It's through numbers, so I can just quickly search this up. Hurry up. Bear with me, guys. There we go. All right, cool. Got the pictures. Open image. Actually, save that picture. Open image in new tab. And let's share this tab. Okay, so that's the picture that she sent to me about Sergeant Anson. She testified that Jabbari told him she was struck in the head several times and the defendant grabbed her throat. All right. Strangulation charge came from, but I think that's what I'm looking for here is the blood. Saw blood on the blankets, but did not look elsewhere up around the apartment. So there was no blood on the bed, but it was blood on the blanket. Again, we're looking through these articles. There was zero mention of even there being testimony about there being blood on the bed. You could have included that. Surely you could have included that. Surely. It's not hard. So now we're gonna go look for blood, just blood on its own. See what they say. Not there. All right. Okay. 7th. This is Variety. Blood. This is the one most people read, by the way. That's what I'm going. That's why I'm going here. The blood is only there. That's the only time I mention blood. But right. So I'm gonna go to courthouse news. Damn it, Grace Jabbari. Let's see what. Damn it. I can't find. Damn it. Flipping it. I hate Yahoo. I hate Yahoo being my. 1 second. Grace Jabbari. Courthouse news is usually it's usually quite accurate, I would say. In the reporting of this. But I hope they were in the in the courtroom. I hope they were in the courtroom. Nope, they weren't. They were. I don't think they were in there every day. But anyway, a bus hit by a bus. Let's look at that. Courthouse news. No, it's not here. Nope, it's not here. So courthouse news did not report on this day. So they were probably not in court that day. Grace Jabbari, testimony. So they were only there for the 5th and the 6th from what I see there. The one reliable source was not even there on this day. Anyway, let's go back to the reading game. I'm getting real tired of this media game. So it says I was really upset about the cheating, and that was probably the main thing that was on my mind. The question specifically is about the adrenaline you were describing. Were you feeling adrenaline at the club? I was. Yes, and I was masking the pain. Is that right? Correct. So full of it, man. So you weren't feeling that pain at the club. Is that right? I wouldn't say that was right. Were you feeling pain at the club? Yeah, to an extent, but I was choosing not to focus on it. To what? Oh, how do you negate your own argument like this? You were saying you were adrenaline. Now you feel pain? So he turns off and on. Okay, fair enough. My finger, real Wolverine. Not even Wolverine has this power. What the hell, man? My finger was painful and I had a headache. I could feel it in my body. And your shoulder, was that still hurting? Everywhere it hurt. As I said, did it hurt you to move your arm at the club? No, not at all. Ms. Jabbari, after car 1, we know that you met these 3 people on the street, and then there was car 2. How long were you and these 3 people that joined you and Mr. Majors before you got into the car for car 2? How long were you on the streets that with we now know Chloe, Max, and Shams with Mr. Majors? With him? Yes. Again, probably a couple of minutes before getting into the car again. Yes, before car 2, between car 1 and car 2. Yeah. So when I came around the corner with him. He was on the phone to someone, and then I don't know the exact amount of time. I would have to look at the video. Could you estimate for us? A couple of minutes, I imagine. Is that 2? No, likely between 2 and 5. I really don't know. And what was discussed during that time? Objection sustained, hearsay, most likely hearsay. Were you discussing your pain with Mr. Majors? Objection sustained, hearsay, most likely. Were you feeling pain at the time? I was maybe focusing on on his infidelity, how that was making me feel emotionally. That was the main thing running through my body. Was your ear bleeding while you were standing in the street? I didn't look. I didn't see. Did you feel it? I did not. Well, then I don't know. If you didn't feel it, then I don't know. Did you feel your hair stick to your ear at all? I don't know if I could feel. To be honest, it's okay. Moving on. Well, you felt it. Well, you felt it when you woke up. Woke up, right? I felt me trying to peel the hair off the blood. Did you feel any cold hair on the back of your ear where the wound was? No, not that I recall. You weren't wearing a hat, were you? I was not. No. Now, I want to ask you about car two. So this is the second time you got in the car. It's also the first time you get in the car after meeting Chloe and Shams and Max. So this is where you testified yesterday that Mr. Majors got in the third row. Is that right? I believe that's the time. That's that's that time in the car. Yeah. Were the doors of the car open or shut during car two? I think one of the doors could have been open. Which door? The one away from the curb. So the right door of the car. That's accurate. Yeah, no, that's actually accurate. That would be the passenger side of the door. Yes. How did you get in the car? Which side? I would have to have my memory refresh on that. Saying here, you don't have an independent memory. No, it was like a lot of times to remember exactly how I got in and out. Do you know how you got in the car? Do you know how? Sorry about that, guys. Do you know who got in the car first? No. Was the car moving all at all during car two? No. Where was the driver? He was outside the car, I believe. He didn't get in the car. At that point, I think he was outside of the car. When you say outside of the car, which side of the car was he out? I think he was moving around, but I believe he stood mainly on the pavement side, the sidewalk side. Sorry. Would that be the driver of the side of the car? Pardon? Would that be, was he standing by the driver's seat or was he standing by the passenger seat? He was not standing still in any memory. He was kind of walking around a bit. From car two, who got out of the car first? Jonathan. Where did you go after car two? You got out of the car after Miss Majors, right? I did, yes. Which side of the car did you get out of? The right side. Would that be the passenger side? Yes. After that, you got into the car a third time. Now this is car three, right? So I'm gonna quickly go and play that. Should be here. If it's not, no, that's body cam twice. Why do I have two body cam photos? Uh, nope, it's not here. All right, so let me go into my trusty depository and get it out. Bear with me, guys. I'm just going to quickly just show you guys what they're talking about here, so that just to really settle this car one, car two, car three whole thing. Oh wait, I was yeah, it is open. Why am I just really run past it? What am I doing? Okay, so it is open. Yeah, it's this one here. Just so this is what she's referring to. So that was car one. So sorry, this is car two. Sorry. So they're over. That's Grace going into the car. Left, right. Jonathan is on the right hand side. She's talking to Grace here, and she wants to speak to him, holding him. Jonathan gets in on the right hand side. Sham is trying to break it up, I believe. They didn't get in the car yet, but clearly Grace was more interested. Yeah, so they go in the car. Right hand side, passenger side is the side here. So that's accurate. Jonathan got out again. They were in the car for quite a bit. They had to fast forward, so it must have been quite a long time. Jonathan got out on the left hand side. Driver's side, he got out. So that was quite accurate from Grace. So now he's gonna get back into the car. He comes back. Don't talk to me about the motives, because I don't know why anyone does anything. So I'm not gonna speculate as to the motives, as to what's going on. I'll leave the speculation to you guys. Let me know in the chat why he likely got back into the car. But this is car three. He was away on wait. No, that was car three. Yeah, because he goes away now to the hotel. So that was car three. So that was the car free altercation. So I believe when they say a couple of minutes, that was likely whatever happened here. God, but that is so confusing. So so they got back in the car a second time. I don't think the second event happened the way Grace said it was. I mean, look at you're on phone before you even go in the car. I mean, come on, man. They go in the car. That was car free altercation because he goes into the hotel. So I don't know where they're going to car to. It's probably here. Oh my god. This is car 2. Come on. That's car 2. Okay. Because they came back from car 2. Oh my god. Why is she minimizing all of this? Oh my god. So they come back into car. Oh my god. Okay, that's okay. Now we understand the play by play. I'm gonna go right back into the transcript reading because this is crazy. Right, and car free. Yeah, I believe so. And Miss Galloway asks you question says, and after that you go into car the third time. Now this is car free, right? I believe so. I'm Miss Galloway asks you questions about car free. The third time you go in a car, correct? Objection sustained, most likely form or testifying. I have no idea. Did you already tell this jury what did you already tell this jury about what happened in car free? I don't recall. Who got in the car first for car free? I would have to have my memory refreshed. It was a long time ago. It was. Do you recall which side you got in? Which side of the car you got in? No. And where did you say on car free? Yeah, I don't really have a clear memory of this bit. Of course you don't. You beat the flipping daylights out of him and you had to run away. It was kind of after the final running out of the car and then moving around. My head was thinking, yeah, I want this to be over. He was going to. He was saying he was going to a hotel. We decided not to keep doing this, So I was distracted with the thought of the next step. When you say you wanted this to be over, what did you mean? The kind of chasing around, like asking to see the phone. Who was chasing whom? We were just both. Oh, come on. This is obvious minimization exhibit million 5 and 10. We were just both running. You were not both running. You were chasing him. Come on, man. Just fess up to something. Give us something, please. We were just both running around Manhattan at some point, as we saw. So I just wanted it all to be over. There was these lovely people there, and I just felt safe with them. So I just thought, yeah, let's breathe. Was Mr. Majors ever chasing you that night? No. And you were embarrassed to have these people around. Objection, most likely just speculation. Your Honor, she's been asked about her emotional state. Ask the next question. Were you happy to have these people around? You testified to that. You just testified to that. Just testified. If she just testified to it, ask the next question. Okay. She said she felt safe. So I'm asking. I thought you said you just testified that you were. Go ahead. Were you happy these people were around? Eventually, yes. They made me feel safe. Where did Mr. Major sit in the car for car free? As I said, that one feels messy in my mind. Yeah, I can see why you trying to. This guy just said that we were over. I'm sure that's why it felt messy. I think he said we're over. As I said, that one feels messy in my mind. I don't want to say verbatim. I just don't want to tell. I just don't want to tell while I don't exactly remember. Did you go into the third row, car free? I don't think I got into the third row. How long was Mr. Majors in the car for car free? As I said, it was not clear. Time the memory in my it's not a clear time. The memory in my head. What's your best estimate? Speculation. Obviously, it was sustained. Was it longer or shorter than you were in the car? I don't know. You don't know if you left the car first or Mr. Majors left the car first. Okay, so we're gonna end right there. We are on page 359. And I'm just gonna take the final sidebar. Winter says, the way Grace describes the car incidents make it sound like they were in the playing Twister. Right foot green. Majors, I told you, show me left hand blue. Show me that who's who is the blue on that side. I don't know. I don't know. I'm really bad at this. Left hand gray. I don't know. I don't know. But good joke. I like that. Pardon my dad jokes, but anyway, that's what you're here for. You're here to hear my dad jokes. So I appreciate every single one of you for being here. I appreciate you. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, 10 p.m. 22:00 UK time. Also, I think it's 5 o'clock Eastern time. 3 o'clock LA time, or Pacific Standard Time. So these are the times for the stream. Yeah, so I appreciate every single one of you that are tuning in for today's stream. Thank you ever so much for tuning in. Like I said, we cover legal cases on this channel. Make sure you go check out the videos that we have. We have interviews, deep dives into cases such as story lanes, etc., live streams of with guests, and they're all wrapped up in a neat little package. So, and also, if you're watching this on replay, consider supporting the channel. You can send super thanks or super chats. It would really help us with the financial upkeep of the channel. Also, don't forget to like this and share it as well. It will really help us with the engagement and with the algorithm. All of those things are very, very important for us to grow as a channel. But yeah, if you do like legal cases coverage, make sure you tune in onto his channel. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button, please. But yeah, I hope everyone has a good evening, or a good day wherever you are. Thank you so much, Winter. Thank you so much. It's Eliza, as well as the High Priestess, for tuning in, and Zigzel. Again, if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, I do apologize. My Z's are all over the place. Zigzag sometimes. I have no idea. I'm I'm playing. Yeah. So if I pronounce the name wrong, I do apologize. But I appreciate every single one of you for being here. I will see you tomorrow. Just I forgot to make the follow-up announcements. Like I said, we have the interview with Megan Fox. Not that Megan Fox, but she's an investigative journalist for PJ Media, who I spoke with in regards to how the media game works, and it's very informative. We talked about this case, but the primary topic was Depp v. Heard. So it's really insightful. I will be announcing that in the days to come. So watch out for that interview. It's going to be released very soon, as well as the other interviews as well. But that one is first up. So do watch out for that. Thank you so much again for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a great evening, and I'll see you back in catch-up court. Take care of yourself. Bye bye.